Paul's not talking, and when I got Emily on the phone, she started crying. But Paul says that she's involved with Gavin Kruger.
How's he taking that?
He's pretty bitter. Actually, he's very bitter.
That's not gonna do him any good.
I know that. I told him that today at lunch. I told him that when I broke up with Dan, I got stuck in a cycle of low self-esteem and...
Which has been broken now, right?
Oh, a lot of help from my friends and my ruthless therapist who won't let me get away with anything.
Yeah, I know. Matt's been trying to get me to face a few things, too.
But I'll bet bitterness is not one of them. Well, it's not in your nature.
I'm not so sure about that.
Well, I gotta get going. I have to ask John for some time off so I can fly out to California, handhold, if nothing else.
Let me know when you're leaving, huh?
I will.
Okay.
Hi, Susan. Hi.
Hi.
Glad I found you.
Yeah, what a nice surprise.
Thank you.
Can we celebrate that by me buying you a cup of coffee? Lettered or unlettered?
We'll have more privacy in here.
You wouldn't have something to drink. I just need a little...
You don't need a drink. Now, listen. How could Henry have possibly found out about our plan? We were alone at the hotel when we discussed
And I told you it wouldn't work. Dad always knows what I'm up to. He knows everything Angel's up to, too. It's like he's got eyes in the back of his head.
No, wait a minute. The first time that you talked to Barclay about this plan to threaten to turn Henry in, that was on the phone at the farm.
And you were in Chicago. He wouldn't tap his own phones, would he?
He's done it before.
You know that for a fact?
After Mama died and he brought Angel back home, he had a device put on her phone. I wonder about it, but that's how he found out about her affair with Caleb.
What do you mean it wasn't my baby?
Please don't ask me to explain.
Angel.
I can't lie anymore. You keep talking about how guilty you feel about the abortion. I just want to die every time you say it.
Wait, Angel, I don't understand. You came to my apartment in Chicago. You said you were pregnant. You said that I was the father.
I had to say that. I couldn't tell you the truth.
My God, Angel, are you saying that...
I had the abortion because it was Daddy who... It was Daddy's baby.
The studio.
Oh. Well, I guess Susan distracted you.
Actually, yes. She was telling me about Paul and Emily.
Oh, yeah, I saw them having lunch together today. Paul and Susan, that is, but she probably told you that.
No, she didn't.
Anyway, the reason I'm not at the studio is
Hi, Daddy. I was hoping I'd get you.
kid.
Hi, Mom.
Hi, darling.
How'd things go at the center today?
Pretty good, actually. One of the girls who had kind of been having some problems, I think, made a real breakthrough. I think she's finally beginning to trust me.
That's terrific.
Yeah.
Well, I wish I had such happy news. I stopped at the house, and I found that Sabrina is packing to go on a business trip with Tonio.
You think there's any chance of discouraging that?
I don't think so.
You know, guys, we shouldn't discuss this anymore. Sabrina is going to have to find out about Tonio on her own, period.
That's not the end of my bad news. It seems that Barbara and Hal have had a serious argument or something, and Hal has left her.
Left
What?
her? What? You mean he's moved out?
Exactly. Lisa told me about it at lunch. I stopped at Barbara's to see if there was anything I could do to help her. All she would say is that she'd spent the night in the nursery with Jennifer, and when she got up this morning, Hal was gone.
Well, maybe he just needed some time to cool off.
I don't know. I think it's gone further than that. He's resigned from the force.
Resigned?
He called Jessica, said he wanted her to tell Barbara to file for divorce.
This doesn't make any sense.
No, I
don't get
agree.
it.
These two people love each
Well,
other.
all I know is Barbara's in very bad shape. Now, listen, she has always trusted you. I thought maybe you would want to stop by and see if you can find out what's really going on.
You know, I could do that right now, and I will.
Okay, listen, would you stop by the house afterwards? Let me know what happened.
Oh, sure. I'd like to see Chris, too.
Okay, well, if you want to stay and have dinner, well, unless you have...
Yeah.
No,
go
no,
ahead, Daddy.
I'd love that. I'll
Okay.
see you later.
Okay.
Bye. Wow, that's so weird. I thought that Barbara and Hal were doing so much better.
I know.
Speak of the devil. Talk about timing. I just called over the center looking for you. How about having dinner tonight?
It's bad timing. I just found out something about Barbara and Hal. They're having some problems. I might want to stop by and see her later.
It's nothing about Jennifer, is it?
No. I don't know. Can I say?
Well, oh, I don't know. I suppose everybody's going to find out sooner or later.
Barbara and Hal had some sort of big argument, and Hal left her. There. Well, what brings you here?
Well, Dr. Kozak just got back from Michigan. He's going to give me the latest developments on Carolyn.
Oh, great. I bet you it's going to be good news. What do you bet?
I hope so.
Yeah.
If you want to hang around, you can hear firsthand.
Okay. It's a deal.
All right. See you.
All right.
It's my fault. I know how Dad operates. I should have known that he'd have the phones tapped.
Never mind that now. We've got to come up with some other way to keep Henry away from Angel.
Listen, I haven't told you the weirdest part. He said he's flying back to Chicago because Angel is coming home.
He's got to be bluffing. There's no way that Angel would do that. Not willingly.
Wait a minute. If Henry overheard that conversation, then he knows that Angel's at the farm. Listen, the man that's been talking to your father, the one that's been doing all this stuff, the man in the blue sedan, what do you know about him?
Nothing, just that Dad calls him Virgil.
Come on, come on. Damn, there's no answer out the farm.
All right, we've got to get out, though, right now.
Okay, let's not panic. I told Angel to go out to the barn with Caleb. I'm hopeful that's where she is. Come on,
Like,
boy.
I can't. Dad's sending me to London.
You're
I have
not
to
going
catch
anywhere until we're sure that Angel is safe.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry I lied to you.
3 years, Angel. 3 years. Why did you wait so long? And I know I took you to that sleazy guy to have that abortion, but I would have never if you hadn't gone to the proper clinic. And this whole time, I'm trying to understand why it is that you are so terrified of your father finding out. Why didn't you trust me enough to tell me the truth?
He wouldn't let me.
He knew?
Caleb, please.
Your father knew that it was his baby?
Yes, he knew.
My God, Angel, why? Why
Because
would
he
you?
was terrified that it would all come out.
And I was a perfect fall guy.
No. No, Caleb, it wasn't like that, please. I tried to stand up to him, really I did, but he said he would have me committed. I really wanted to run away with you. I really wanted you to marry me, but... I mean, there was the baby. And who knew if it would even be? I'm sorry, Caleb. Please try to understand. Caleb! Please.
Who is it?
Henry Lang.
I'm sorry, Mr. Lang. I know I really messed up.
Tell me exactly what happened.
Well, I went to the farm, like you said. When your son-in-law's brother left...
Caleb?
Yeah. When he went out to the barn, I Your daughter was alone for a bit, but before I could grab her, this guy named Cal showed up. Well, he hung around for a while, then he walked your daughter out to the barn where this Caleb was, then he left. Well, I hid for a while. I heard your daughter and this Snyder guy talking in the hayloft.
What'd they say?
Well, I couldn't make all of it out, but mostly they talked about his wife running off.
They mentioned me?
No, sir. But they seemed real close.
Incredible. After what he put her through. Let me tell you something, Virgil. The Snyders are all alike. Caleb saw Angel as his meal ticket. He was a foreman in my Chicago plant. He preyed on her, got her pregnant, and then he destroyed her body with a cheap abortion. And Holden came along and he had me believing that he could make up for what Caleb did, but he just put her through his own version of hell. Got some quack psychiatrist in London to help, and then he brainwashed her. You know, she actually hallucinates now, all sorts of strange fantasies and delusions. I'm afraid that she might do harm to herself.
I'm real sorry, sir.
That's why it's so important that she be rescued and brought home. She needs her family now. She needs to be around people who can take care of her, make her feel safe.
You just say the word. I'll do whatever I can.
Yeah, Opal, it's me. I can't believe you're still working the switchboard over there at Lang Furniture. Of course, if you weren't, I guess they'd have to close down shop, wouldn't they? Well, listen, I was wondering if you could tell me where old man Lang was. Excuse me, Mr. Lang. Okay, all right. Well, when the secretary gets off the phone, could I speak with her? Yeah, I'll hold.
What are you doing? Who are you calling?
Lang Furniture. And as soon as Henry's secretary tells me where he is, I'm gonna nail him for what he's done.
No, Caleb, you mustn't, please.
Somebody has to. He has to pay.
Caleb, you can't. You can't tell anyone. Not anything, especially about the baby. Please. Please, if you ever cared for me at all, hang up the phone.
Barbara, I hope this is a good time. I'm worried about Paul, and I wanted to say something.
Yeah, well, I'm worried, too.
You were right about his getting hurt, although I promise you, Emily never meant for this to happen. Anyway, we had lunch today, and he's taking their breakup really hard.
Yeah, I know. I saw him this morning. Well, I'm sure he told you that I was responsible for Gavin whisking Emily off to Japan. I'm not apologizing for this or anything. I really believe that if she were truly in love with him, their being apart wouldn't have made any difference.
Barbara, look, I'm not here to point any fingers. I'm really just worried about Paul. He seems very bitter to me, and I hate to see that.
Yeah, well,
I just think we should do everything we can to help.
I'm the last one he'll listen to right now.
I don't mean to pry, but are you all right?
Excuse me a second, would you please?
Sure.
Bob, hi. Come on in. Up.
Well, I could see how scared you were. But I gotta tell you, Angel, I am not gonna just give this up. Not after what Henry did to me. He almost had your brothers kill me.
I know, but if he finds out that you know, I don't know what he'll do to you.
Look, I am not scared of him anymore. That he has got to pay for what he's done. He should be in jail.
Caleb, if you pursue this, it would all come out. I couldn't live with that.
Angel, none of this is your fault.
You don't understand. Just the fact that everyone would know that I could never even be around people ever again. I feel so ashamed. I feel dirty.
Angel, I know how you feel. And that's why I didn't go straight to the police. But how can you just stand there and let your father get away with this?
There's no other way.
Yes, there is. He's got to be punished.
I'm the one who would be punished. I know what people would think.
Angel, look, I haven't turned my back on you, have I? And I never will. And you're the victim in this. It is not your fault.
Caleb, please don't go to the police. You promised me you'd never tell anyone, and you mustn't, especially about the baby.
Not even Holden and Barkley know about this.
Thank God you're all right.
I'm gonna be upstairs, okay?
Caleb, Caleb, promise me.
Caleb, thanks for looking after Angel.
Oh, Barkley. I'm so glad you're all right. I've been so worried about Daddy's threats.
I let you down again.
No, no, you didn't. No, it was my fault. I should never have asked you to take that money out of Daddy's business. It only gave him a hold over you, and I swear I don't blame you for not wanting to be a part of Holden's plan. We called and the line was busy. We were pretty worried about you. Oh, that's right. You don't even know about the man, do you?
What man?
I was alone in the hayloft, and this man came and tried to take me away.
It's got to be the
Caleb
same
came in
guy
and fought him off.
that you saw with Henry.
Honey, what happened? He had a gun. He knocked Caleb out with it, and then he got away. He drove off in a blue car, Caleb said.
Do you think you could recognize him again if you saw him?
Yes. But don't ask me to go to the police.
Angel.
I can't. Holden, I can't. That there would be all kinds of questions. It would all come out. Please. I'd rather die than have that happen.
Why didn't you call me? I would have been here sooner.
Because I know how busy you are.
I'm never too busy for you. I came as soon as Kim told me.
Look, I really have to get back to the hospital. If I want to make arrangements with John to fly out and see Emily.
Well, don't leave on my account.
I'm not. I just want to get a hold of John before he leaves for the day.
Look, if there's anything that you could say to Paul.
Well, sure. I'll try. I'll let myself out.
I heard about the broken engagement.
Yeah, Paul blames me.
I wouldn't worry too much about that. He's probably very hurt and he's lashing out.
Well, in a way, I really was responsible.
Does Paul know about Hal?
Yes, and he doesn't really care. Look, I didn't say anything to Susan about this, so if you want to tell her, please go right ahead.
Why
I'm sure
don't you-
everyone's going to know sooner or later.
Why don't you tell me what I can do for you?
There's nothing you can do.
I don't think that's true. Do you want to talk about what happened?
Oh, she's up.
Mrs. Myers is here, isn't
No, she's out of the store.
she? Oh, let me take care of Jennifer. You just relax.
Who is it?
It's Daryl.
I can't see anyone now, Daryl.
Please, just open the door for a second.
I heard about Hal. We have to talk.
You can't stay. Bob Hughes is here.
I only want to help, Barbara.
Daryl, I really appreciate your concern, but I have all the help I need from my family and my friends.
Well, I wish you'd think of me as a friend. You know, there's a special bond between us.
Come on, be honest. If you hadn't come to Oakdale, you would have forgotten all about me.
Well, you couldn't be more wrong. Now, I remember how upset you were in Rome, thinking your marriage was over. I know how much you love Hal. And it's obvious to everyone how much he loves you and little Jennifer. I think what you have to do is just give him a little time. Let him think things out. Let him cool down. He'll come around. He'll make things right, just like he did when he came for you in Scotland. Barbara, you helped me through one of the toughest times of my life. I'd like to be able to do the same for you. Please trust me.
We both made a mistake. And you are the last person on earth who could possibly help me now.
Well, thought I heard the bell.
Look who we've got here. She is so beautiful.
Oh, she's a real charmer.
Oh, she's so innocent and helpless.
Well, I don't know about that. She was yelling for some attention just a few minutes ago.
Oh, maybe she just needs her daddy.
Sweet baby.
But Mavis, I told you I had to talk to John before he left for the day. Okay, I understand. Do you have any idea where he was heading? All right, all right. I'll try him at Duke's place then. Thank you. Jeez.
Did you get your ticket yet?
I can't even get my leave okayed. He never got my message.
Get your ticket. I'm sure John will okay your leave. How things going over at Barbara's?
I don't think she's going to be any help at all with Paul.
Did you happen to run into Bob there?
Yeah, how'd you know?
I happened to mention where you were going in front of Kim and Franny, and Franny mentioned that Bob was headed over there too, and...
I think I should move to a really big town.
How's Barbara holding up?
Hey, what is going on?
Didn't she tell you?
No. I mean, I could tell she was terribly upset, and then Bob showed up, and I made myself scarce.
Apparently, Hal packed his bags this morning and walked out.
What? Are you kidding me?
I'm afraid not. And Kim just said that he told Barbara to file for a divorce.
Why?
Nobody really seems to know why.
Believe me, there is no argument serious enough to keep Hal away from you and Jennifer. He loves both of you so much. Come on now, don't give up.
He called Margot. Told her to take care of Adam, that he loved them both.
He loves you too. You know, the bond between a father and a child is not something you walk away from. Look, I'm having dinner at home with Kim tonight. Why don't you join us and bring the baby?
No, thanks. I couldn't.
Okay. Take care.
Yeah. Talk to you later.
Daryl.
Well, oh, by the way, Liz, if you see Franny, will you tell her I'm sorry I ran out on her, that I'll give her a call about the ski trip?
Sure.
Okay.
See you.
Thanks.
You know, I don't want to be rude, but I'd really like to spend some time alone with my daughter.
Well, I think it's time you're straight with me. And we both know the reason Hal left. He found out about us, didn't he?
So understanding. Let's just reschedule the meeting, whatever's convenient for you. I couldn't ask for a better boss. Okay, fine. See you tomorrow. Bye-bye. So, Franny, what do you think? Should I invite Duke to come and have dinner with us tonight?
Well, not unless you want to invite John, too. I just saw them both out back. Besides, Mom, Daddy's coming for dinner.
Oh,
tonight.
yes, I know. That would hardly make for harmonious dining. Although it seems to me there's a double standard in operation here. It doesn't seem fair. Your father has all those lunches with Susan. Good old Susan.
Yes, I understand what you're saying, Mom, but you got to admit, Dad's antagonism to John goes way back. I mean, long before any of this other stuff started happening.
I'll say it's almost prehistoric at this point. I spent almost an entire session with Matt talking about all the time that I spent with John. We were trying to help Andy with his drinking problem. I guess it made it seem as if I was guilty of taking your father for granted, but it just doesn't seem to be an excuse for infidelity.
Yeah, well, that kind of goes without saying, doesn't it?
Excuse me. Hello? Ah, hi, John. Franny and I were just talking about you. Oh, no, thanks very much. I'm expecting Bob. Yeah. Okay. I'll take a rain check. Right. You have fun. Yes, thank you. We will. Bye-bye. Well, that settles that. John was calling to invite me to have dinner with them.
Great minds think alike?
I don't know about the great minds, but...
Not about great minds?
Oh, hi.
Hi.
How's Barbara doing?
Well, she's pretty rocky. I didn't press her to talk.
Did she hear from Hal?
No. She was very upset. Hal called Margot.
Well, what do you think? Should I go over to talk to her?
Sure, why not? She'd probably appreciate that. Darryl was there when I left.
What's Darryl doing there?
I don't know. I guess just to show support, I suppose. I asked Barbara to join us for dinner and to bring Jennifer, but she said she didn't want to leave the phone.
Okay, well, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna go over. It shouldn't be long, though.
Okay, sweetie.
I'll see you around.
All right.
Where's Christopher?
Taking his bath. You want a drink or something?
No. No, thank you.
So you still have no idea what the real problem is, huh?
No, but there were a lot of interruptions. Jennifer and Darryl.
And I assume Susan.
Well, actually, I interrupted Susan. How did you know she was there?
Larry mentioned it.
Well, she left almost as soon as I got there. I know. It's very difficult at Memorial when we all run into each other.
Doesn't get any easier.
It will. In time.
Did you ever worry that maybe time is running out?
I was hoping that you had gone.
Well, I really don't think we finished our conversation, do you?
What happened between me and my husband had nothing whatsoever to do with Rome.
Oh, Barb.
Now, I have had a hellish day, and the last thing I need is you hounding me about Jennifer.
I didn't mention Jennifer. Only that Hal had found out about us.
How could he have?
Maybe you told him.
And why the hell would I do that?
I don't know. For the same reason I've wanted to tell Carolyn 1,000 times.
Why? Why would you tell her?
To relieve my guilt, maybe. You know what's funny? I think Carolyn would probably understand.
People don't understand infidelity. Ever. It's time for you to go.
I'll leave for now, but we will finish this conversation.
Oh, Franny. Hi, Barb. I just wanted to come by and... Hi, Darryl. Daddy said you'd be here.
Hi, Franny. Did your father give you my message?
No, what?
I wanted to apologize for running out on you like I did.
Oh, forget
I'll
it.
give you a
It's not a
call about
problem.
the ski trip.
Okay, I should probably be home in, I don't know, probably about an hour. You could just call me then.
Okay.
All right.
Great. Bye. Please remember, if there's anything I can do to help.
What a sweet guy to come all the way over here like that.
Carolina, and you'll still be paid, as we agreed.
I'm sorry, Mr. Lang. I really wish I could stay and help out now that I know how things are.
It's much too risky. Both Caleb and Angel could identify you now, and I know I can count on you to forget about everything that's happened here, including the little mishaps we arranged for Miss Walsh.
Well, that's not necessary.
I want you to have it.
I really appreciate it, sir.
After you check out of the motel, I'll drive you to the airport.
Well, what about the blue sedan? Your son-in-law sure as hell saw it last night.
We'll dump it. In fact, there's a spot we can drive it into the river on the way to the airport. I'll meet you out in the parking lot. Operator, I'd like to make this a collect call. This is Henry Lang. I'd like to speak to my secretary. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't realize it was that late. Who is this? Oh, Opal. Well, since Virginia's out, I'd appreciate it if you would take a message for me. I've been delayed in Oakdale, and I'll be staying this evening in Lakeview Towers. Anybody needs to, they can reach me here. All right, thank you. Oh, time I found my bride angel. Brought her back home, where she belongs.
But you won't go to the police, will you? Promise me.
Not if you don't want us to. But I don't think you're going to have to worry about this guy Virgil anymore. Now that he's been seen...
Dad'll just find somebody else to do his dirty work.
Let's just take this one step at a time, okay?
Holden.
I think you should know what happened when we were in Chicago earlier. Well, first of all, after we talked for a while, Barkley did agree to threaten your father with exposure.
What happened?
Barkley went to Walsh and he found Henry. He told him that unless he dropped the threat of embezzlement and stayed away from you, that he and you would go to the police.
Oh, he didn't believe you, did he? He would know that we could never do that.
But it wasn't that. Dad already knew everything I was going to say.
How?
We think he may have tapped his own phone.
Like when you were seeing Caleb. Only that time he was too late. You were already pregnant.
Barkley, please. It's the last thing I want to talk about.
Barkley.
Oh, I suppose I should tell you. I told Caleb all about Daddy and me.
I thought you didn't want him to know.
I couldn't lie to him anymore. He risked his life for me. He promised never to let Daddy know.
Who is it?
Lily, can I talk to you? Angel told us that you know about Henry.
Yeah. I'm still trying to figure out how to deal with it.
I wish you'd come downstairs and be with us.
No. No, I got too much to think about.
I hope you understand now why Holden is so determined to stand by her.
Don't pin any medals on Holden. It's about time he took care of somebody else.
I'll bring you up some supper.
Don't. Henry knew that you were carrying his child?
Yes, he knew. He was terrified it would all come out.
And I was the perfect fall guy.
Animal. You filthy, disgusting animal! You don't deserve to live after what you did to my daughter, that innocent child. You think for a minute I'd let you use her money to crawl up out of the gutter where you belong? I should get that butcher here, the one you hired. Make sure you never defile another innocent
Henry, I never met...
Shut up! You don't deserve. The only reason you're still alive, you know, is because Angel doesn't want anyone to know what you did. You get your things together. You've got 10 minutes to get out of this plant, this city, this state. Do you hear me? I'm warning you, you come near my daughter, I swear you're a dead man.
Please, you can't tell anyone. Not anything, and especially not about the baby. Even Barkley and Holden don't know that. Not about the baby,
Thought maybe you'd like some cheese and crackers.
Oh, thanks. Oh, that looks great. You know, I've been thinking about what you said about time running out.
Don't you ever feel that way?
Well, I thought we agreed that we would work on our problems, well, as long as it took. I didn't realize that we had some kind of a deadline.
Well, I don't think it's a deadline, no, but I mean, we've been living apart now for 4 months, or longer than 4 months. It just doesn't seem to be any change, any progress.
Well, we've been honest with each other. We've been honest with ourselves, hopefully. We can talk about our situation without shouting each other. I would say that that's progress. It's just that you don't...
It doesn't seem to... I mean, all I can see is that you can't seem to make a choice between Susan and me.
Daddy!
Hey, champ. How you doing?
I'm glad you're here.
Me too.
Well, you tell her that her mother called and that I will call again. All right, thank you.
Hey, I would have thought you would have been long gone by now.
Oh, I get held up, and I just left another message for Emily at Kruger's beach house.
Is that how it is, Gavin Kruger?
Yeah, it looks that way. It seems like my daughter is condemned to repeat the same mistakes over and over again. That's why I want to go out there. I want to talk to her. Not that I'm the ideal person to give somebody advice about their love life.
On the contrary, I think you're the perfect person. You've dealt very well with a very tricky situation.
Oh, thanks for the vote of confidence.
I meant that. Listen, I'm trying to get hold of Franny to have dinner with me tonight, but because of this situation with Barbara, she may not be available. If that's the case, how about having a bite?
I'd be honored.
Kim? Hi. Yeah, it's Larry. Is Franny there?
Oh, gee, no, she's not. She's still at Barbara's.
Hi, Mom. We're back.
Oh, hold on just a minute. She just walked in with Daryl.
Well, dinner will be ready soon. I hope Emma comes back.
She should be here soon. Barkley, I think that we should get you settled in over at Cal's.
Glad you're staying so close by.
Well, Dad didn't give me much choice. He kicked me out of the house, shipping me off to Europe.
Because of me.
It's probably all for the best. We'll talk about it later. We'll be right back.
The hurting just goes on and it will never stop. It's not true. You can stop it, but you have to act now, Angel, before it's too late. Because I am so afraid that somebody else is going to get hurt.
Opal, it's Caleb Snyder again. Yeah, you get to hear my voice twice in one day. You're a lucky gal. Listen, I guess Henry Lang's secretary's been gone for a while, huh? Oh, really? Lakeview Towers, yeah, well, I'll try him over there. Okay. Listen, I still think you're the sexiest switchboard operator this side of the Mississippi. Okay. Yeah. Bye-bye.
What's up? I could tell something was bothering you when you called.
No, not me exactly. Actually, Julie called Lisa tonight, and I spoke to her. And of course, she didn't say where she was, but a couple of things she said made me believe that she was on the West Coast, possibly L.A. And I thought if Emily maybe had heard from her...
Oh, well, Emily hasn't said anything to me, but I could call her if you want me to now, because
Really?
it's only 2 hours earlier.
I would appreciate that if you don't mind.
Sure. I just have to find the number. Take off your jacket. Relax.
I had to call Caleb, be honest with him about what she said. She said to just forget about her and get a divorce.
Oh, well, if that's how Julie really feels, maybe that's what Caleb should do.
No, I don't think so at all. I mean, they were really happy together once. I think they could be again if they just sit down and talk about it.
So you're playing Cupid?
Do you think that's wrong?
No, I mean, I just think it's remarkable that you still care about Julie after what she put you through.
Oh, yeah, well, you know, I mean, we had some bad times. We also had some pretty great times. I mean, you don't stop caring about somebody just because things don't work out.
No, I know what you mean.
Are you expecting someone?
No.
I mean, I can go if you want.
No, I have no idea who that is. Who is it?
Susan, it's Bob.
I've just been lying here trying to think of some way to convince Angel to see Dr. Michaels. Barkley, he tried to talk to her after we left the farm, but she just freaked out again.
I don't think that we should push her too hard, Holden.